And you know what these kids of today are? Majority of them are lazy. They don't know what work ethic is, but they know how to play video games all night. They know how to join gangs. They know how to get into trouble. Get a job and be responsible. Vote yes.
Why are they always yelling like that? Okay, vote yes, she says. That was GOP Missouri lawmaker, Representative Cheri Toalson Reisch. And the thing she would like her colleagues to vote yes on is a bill that would roll back child labor laws in Missouri. Her reasoning for this is that these babies, they have no sense of personal responsibility. All they want to do is play video games and join gangs. It's the video game to gang pipeline. It's like get a job, babies. So to defend her position, she preached the virtue of self-responsibility and referred back to her own story of working her way out of a grim circumstance.
I started working at age 9. And I continued to work throughout high school when I was 14, 15. And my parents, I wanted to get a driver's license, and they're like, sorry, Sheree, we can't afford to add you to our car insurance, much less a car. And I went to work in Columbia at 15, but my older brother was 17, so we worked the same location. He drove. He was able to buy his own car and pay his own insurance. And my parents were fully supportive, and it didn't affect any grades whatsoever.
Okay, so she goes on to say that she was able to maintain straight A's while working her way through high school, doing all of the extra credit to the point that she ended up graduating early from high school because she was quote unquote bored. So I'm going to venture a guess and say that she didn't have any extracurriculars or hobbies or anything interesting or fun in her life at that point. I don't want to get too far off topic, but I do want to put this into quick context for everyone. This is the same woman who pushed the false narrative that schools had litter boxes in classrooms to cater to students who identified as cats. Here she is responding to a woman claiming kids are pretending to be dogs and cats in schools. She says this is happening in Columbia public schools also. Yes, the janitor has to clean the litter box. And in another post, she is complaining about the public engagement policy at school board meetings, saying this, I guess I won't be able to speak about kids using litter boxes as it won't be on an agenda ever. Anyway, we'll get, Cenk, what in the Ayn Rand is all of this?
So there's the funny stuff and then there's the substance. We can't ever vote on kitty litter in the schools. We won't get any, because there aren't any. Totally fictional, made up 100%, proven over and over again. But reality doesn't matter to a lot of Republican politicians these days. So, but that video was hilarious. They're playing video games all night long, and then they're waking up in their pajamas and becoming gangsters. Are they? Is that how it works? A lot of, I love the phrase you just invented there, Yasmin. The video game to gang pipeline.
Yeah.
That I didn't know
Nobody
existed.
Talks about that one. Nobody talks about it.
For 9-year-olds at that.
Yeah, and they wake up in the morning and then they start doing the Grand Theft Auto that they were playing. Do they? Do they? Anyways, so look, it's one thing if you're working with your parents, immigrant mentality. I was working with my dad when I was 13 years old. It's another thing to pass a child labor law saying it's now legal to put kids in meat packing plants. Because we've covered this story a couple times before. This isn't like, oh golly gee, at 17, Sally would like to make some extra money by going to work at McDonald's. No, they're stuffing them into meat packing plants. One of the kids got his arms chopped off. And it's not like, yeah, your kids in the suburbs might be going and working at Dairy Queen, but that's not what this is about. This is corporate donors telling these politicians, I need cheap labor. And I'm running out of cheap labor. Let's dip into the kids. And they're putting them on assembly lines. They're putting them in dangerous jobs, et cetera. And they're using the most economically destitute families as cannon fodder here for this. There's a reason why we outlawed child labor. It's this reason. And she's demagoguing about video games and gangs that have nothing to do with any of this. She works for corporate America, her donors, and they're literally coming for your children.
Yeah, Waz, what do you
I just don't understand who this is supposed to be popular with. Like, parents are supposed to be looking at their 11-year-olds and wondering to themselves, why the hell isn't this little idiot putting in 50 solid hours a week like I am? Like, this is nuts. Who wants this for their kids? Who wants their kids to show up, punching a clock, deal with a boss? Like, this is insane to me. Most parents want their kids to be kids. If the idea is to gain popular support for, I just can't see it. I don't understand this.
Yeah, I mean, that was my big question with all of this too, is like the people of Missouri can't possibly see this as a good thing. They can't really want it, but the bills are supposed to be more beneficial to like 14 and 15-year-olds, not 9-year-olds, just for the record.
Yeah. So look, the people have nothing to do with this, as the people have nothing to do with almost any laws passed in America anymore. All these politicians don't give a damn about the people. That's why they do this nonsense about like video. Oh, don't you hate it when your kids play video games? Let's send them to a meat packing plant. What? Okay, those things are not logically connected, right? She's not trying to serve anyone other than her donors. What this is corporate grooming of your children. So again, we've covered this story before. What the corporations do, the donors do, is they give talking points to these politicians, and they'll pick things that are in the news, like, oh, kids play too many video games, and then they'll put that in the speeches, etc. One of the politicians in a different state wrote back to the corporations, remind me again how I'm supposed to get people to believe that child labor is a good thing, and then the lobbyist writes back, okay, say this, moron, and here's the check, right? So this is nothing but grooming your kids for very tough labor situations where they get paid very low wages and oftentimes in dangerous jobs. That's the sick people that are running the Republican Party. There's some Democrats that are in the pockets of corporate America too, but on child labor, it's mainly the Republicans saying your kids aren't being exploited enough by corporations. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.